Window capture. Window capture. Browser. Browser. Chrome. That's right. I guess I can keep it there. Okay. Browser. Okay. I guess I can keep it there. Hey, 과자님. Hey, 과자님. Why does it feel like I haven't seen you in the chat in quite some time? Hi there. Hello. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Hello, I'm in break time at the moment at work. I see you're enjoying a little break. Is it like lunch? Wait, are you in Korea? Yeah, good evening. Busy adjusting the screen. Yes, I was. Just in case I want to do some browsing during the stream, Good evening. Hi there. Long time no see. Hyunguk Shin Hyunguk-님. Welcome back. It's nice to have you back. Where have you been? Where have you been? Has been a while since I joined you like a year ago. Oh, you mean the live stream? The last time you joined one of our live streams was like a year ago. Okay, welcome back. Where have you been? Hello. I remember I'm going to New Zealand next night. Yes, you mentioned that. I think it was last night. So you're leaving next Sunday. I'm cooking as I'm watching live chat. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? How are that transcript formed? It is picking up my audio. And you know how on your smartphone you have a speech to text recognition? You can do that. You have that on your keyboard, right? There's a little mic button, a mic icon. You hit that little button and then it starts picking up your voice, and you can just change your speech to text, and that's what it's doing up here. Spaghetti! Sounds great. What kind of spaghetti? You're making a lot of people making dinner. Okay. Oh yeah, it's only 7:30. I didn't realize it was so early. I had I guess I had an early dinner. I had dinner around 6 or 5:30. You're at home. It's cloudy and windy in Budapest. Wow. Okay, you're in Budapest. How long have you been in Budapest? Hey, Artie. I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm doing all right, man. How are you? It's a good time to live stream at this hour. Really? How come? Why is it? Oh, you mean you prefer the live streams to happen a little early? Maybe that's what you mean. I ate dinner at the right time. 5:30? That's early. I think, I don't know, probably like 8 or 9 o'clock seems more appropriate, don't you think? Oh, you just got up after a short nap? You're finally enjoying. Here, okay, so 꽈배기님, if I really want to help you. Okay, I really want to help you even more. And one thing that I want to help you with is to kind of make a big shift in how you think about English, okay? You're not studying it, you learn it, okay? You don't study, you learn, all right? I've been living in Budapest for 4 years. Wow, okay. That sounds interesting. Does anybody have any, hey guys, here's your chance to ask someone living in Budapest about life in Budapest. You just had dinner. You made 참치 쌈장. 참치 쌈장. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of 참치 쌈장. Have you guys all heard of 참치 쌈장? I don't think I've ever heard of 참치 쌈장. What about you guys? Well, yeah, it's a pretty simple it's a pretty simple mechanic. Just done doing the dishes. I went on a short trip to Gangneung the other day. Okay, that sounds like fun. So, how long were you there? No, I've never been to Budapest. In fact, I have never been to Europe. Oh, wait, no. I have been to Ireland. Is Ireland part of Europe? I don't know if Ireland is in Europe, but if it is, then yes, I have been to Europe once, but that is the only country that I've been to in Europe. I don't think I've ever been anywhere near Budapest. 참치 쌈장. I don't think I've ever heard of 참치 쌈장. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. You're learning English. Go back to work. Okay, all right. You got to go back. Okay, all right. See you soon. I'm a big fan of 꽈배기. Those things are really sweet, aren't they? Yeah, me neither. I've never heard of 참치 쌈장. Wait, what is 참치 쌈장? What is that? What is it? Are there any tips for pronouncing R and L? Actually, 경호님, you don't have to pronounce R and L very precisely. You don't have to pronounce R and L very precisely. I think it's not that important. There are some words that are important, but in many cases it's not that important. Okay? And so the thing about pronunciation, okay? The thing about pronunciation is there is no method. You have to focus on listening carefully and trying your best to mimic the sound. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I feel like that's the only meaningful and realistic advice. Is everybody following? That the only realistic and meaningful advice I have about pronunciation, not only RNL, but any pronunciation, is you have to listen to the sound and try your best to mimic the sound. Okay? So think of it like you're listening to the sound of an animal and mimicking the sound. Okay? I think the biggest challenge is to overcome the cringe. I think the cringe is the hardest thing to overcome. You know, now that I have hair, my headphone keeps moving around. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to say? I think the cringe is the biggest obstacle. When it comes to pronunciation, the cringe is the biggest obstacle. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm pretty sure that everybody... Wait, give me a second here. I'm pretty sure that everybody can pronounce RNL. Everybody can do this. But the problem is, it's so weird. It's so weird to make the sound RNL. Everybody can do it, but it's just so weird. And so when people are asking about advice or suggestions, most people are asking about how can I feel more comfortable? How can I feel more comfortable making these sounds? I think that's the biggest challenge. I don't know. Does everybody agree with me? Does anybody not agree with me? Hello from Ursan. I'm a graduate student and I've enjoyed your video with my experiment. Wow, okay. Your experiments. You mean, are you experimenting with English or are you just tuning into the stream while doing your experiments? Just a 2-day trip. I had really good soft tofu and coffee. Okay. You know, Gangneung is famous for its coffee, right? No, I did not know. Oh, wait. One thing that I remember, one thing that I do remember, is that, like, most of the first generation baristas in Korea were located in Gangneung. I don't know how that happened exactly, but that's what I heard about it. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? 지공님, we don't have a fixed schedule, unfortunately. We don't have a fixed schedule, and but I try to stream as often as I can. It is basically samjang paste. Oh, but I added onions and tuna when I made samjang. Is that a common recipe for samjang? In some areas, is that your... Did you make that up? Did you come up with that recipe? Or is that a common recipe? I'll probably go back to Korea at the end of this year because your husband is an expatriate. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I understand. Okay. So how do you feel about coming back to Korea? Are you excited to come back, or is there a part of you that wants to stay? Reminds me of the time when I used to practice making weird sounds in front of the mirror. My brother used to tease me so much back then. Your brother, why? Is his pronunciation like, does he have really good pronunciation? My research field is computer science, so I can do both listening and programming and weekend. I see, okay. So, yeah, that's a big part of, like, creating a pleasant working atmosphere, right? For you coders and you researchers, you usually have some kind of music or something playing in the background. There was this one, not a friend, just someone that I met online. And he says that he would, every time he's working on his computer, I think I don't know exactly what he did, to be honest. And he said that he always had Godfather Part 2, the movie. Not 1, but 2. Godfather Part 2 playing on repeat, like playing looped in the background while he worked. I don't know why. I guess he just really liked that movie for some reason. A lot of chips. Oh, it's pretty common to add tuna and onion. 겹쳐 보인다 in English? I guess you can say like overlapped. Maybe I should move this back up. Wait, how is it like? How does it stay like that? It's so much more. Wait, give me a second. How does it look like that? Oh, it must be because of this. Okay. I'll keep it up there. Maybe it looks better up there. I don't know why the font size is like jumping around. I don't know why it's doing that. You're on the train from your cousin's wedding. Okay, so you were at your cousin's wedding today? Okay. So you went to your cousin's wedding today and you're on your way back home by train? Okay. I see. So was a nice wedding? You enjoyed it? Were you in the wedding or were you just there to congratulate him or her? You like Europe, but you often feel lonely, so sometimes you want to go back to Korea where your parents are. I see. Okay. But you have made some friends, right? Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm sure a lot of people would be wondering the same thing. What do you think you're going to miss about living in Budapest after you come back to Korea? What is something that you think you're going to miss? I remember saying girl like 100 times in front of the mirror just to practice RNL. Yeah, and you know, there are other words that are very, very similar to that. I think it's worth, especially, you know how I said, you know how I said that some words, when it comes to some words, the pronunciation is important, right? I said that. I said that some words, like in a lot of cases, the pronunciating each letter correctly and precisely is not that important in a lot of cases. But in some cases, it's actually very important. Because especially like girl, right? It's only a one syllable. Like girl, world, pearl, you know, there are some words especially when the syllables there are only few syllables. When there are only a few syllables, then it becomes more important to get the pronunciation right. Otherwise, it might be hard to understand. Of course, when you have context, again, in a lot of cases, it doesn't matter. It's not that important. But that's kind of how I generally feel about pronunciation. You're 20 years old. You've decided to travel to Western USA with your friends. You'll try to use what if... Oh, that's great. Okay, sounds great. Well, that must be exciting. Okay. The West Coast, or the West, not maybe including the West Coast, but Western US. Okay, so like California, Seattle, Washington, Utah, places like that. You read the recipe on the internet a few years ago. Oh, okay, I see. All right. So you found the recipe online a few years ago. What does the t-shirt say that red... Oh, this is, it says Red Hot Chili Peppers. By the way, what does that say on your t-shirt? Not what does your t-shirt say, because it's just a very small part of the shirt. If the writing was like across the entire shirt, almost covering the entire area of the shirt, then it kind of makes sense to say, what does your shirt say? But it's just a very small part of the shirt, and so in those cases, we usually say, what does that say on your t-shirt? Oh, it's your first time. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you with us. The font size must be working in a way that the size of whole sentence is fixed so that... Yeah, this is really annoying, actually. If I'm being honest, it's really, really annoying. I don't know why it's doing this. There has to be a way to have the font size fixed, right? There's got to be a way. I don't know why it's doing this. How about now? Oh, same thing. Okay. Same thing is happening. That's weird. Oh, wait, it's actually worse. I made it worse. I made it worse. Why is it doing this? How about... how about that? Yeah, we're getting so much rain this season, this fall. Say this fall. Yeah, I think it's kind of unusual. I think another thing that's kind of unusual is how warm it still is. Don't you think? Just got home. You went to mountain. Okay, you mean you went hiking? You just got back from hiking. Where did you go hiking? Google updated their app and application. Yes. Yes. And a lot of... Whoa. The captions are just out of control right now. Oh my gosh. 50. I'll bring it back to 50. It is out of control. I don't know how to fix this, guys. I don't know how to fix this. You just played volleyball? Okay. You went to by myself and try to pick up a conversation with someone, then ask them to play with me the volleyball. Wait, so are you saying that you played volleyball with some random person? Yeah. And you know, if you're not dressed wisely, if you're not very thoughtful about how you dress, you could end up being very warm or being very cold when you're out. So you got to be very mindful when you're choosing what to wear, right? When you're choosing what to wear, you got to be very mindful when you're choosing what to wear. Yeah, that's right. Google made a mistake like KakaoTalk, I think. Shoot. Did they? You mean like, did they leak a bunch of like personal data? Apparently it's going to be so cold this winter. You know, I feel like that's what they said last time, but it wasn't. Didn't they say that last time? But then last winter wasn't really that cold. Of course, I have friends here, but I think I'll really miss the clear blue skies, the dry air, and the calm pace of life in Budapest. Wow. Those are really big things. Like, I mean, it depends on how you look at things, but like those are kind of really fundamental to, you know, to life, isn't it? What's this app? What app? Oh, you mean the green captions up here? It's not really an app. It's just a plugin. It's an OBS plugin. So it's picking up my audio and it's using text. Sorry, no, it's using voice to text, just like our phones can do, right? The night view of Budapest is absolutely stunning. I see. I guess it kind of depends on where you are, though, right? But wherever you are, the night view must be really nice. I just joined. Is this part where we can just chat in the comments? Yeah. So we're just chatting. You know, that's. I figured this is probably one of the best ways to make use of the streams. Is we can just chat. You can talk about whatever you want, ask me whatever you want, tell me about anything you want to. I'm just going to be responding to your comments. And every time we come across something that I think is kind of useful, I'm just going to write it down, okay? I've been giving a lot of thought about how to make better use of these streams. And I think, you know, when I have like a fixed dialogue or a fixed... we're still going to do those, I guess, once in a while. But I think when we're working with a fixed dialogue or a fixed set of examples, it's just better to just make a video out of them. I feel like I haven't really been making very good use of because this is a live stream, right? And it should... I feel like I can make better use of it, you know? And I think doing this, what we're doing now, is probably... I think we're making better use of this format. They said the temperature will go down to as low as 5 degrees Celsius early next week. They say the temperature will go down to as low as 5 degrees next week. As low as. They say it was gonna rain the whole July, but nope, and now kept raining straight. Yeah, you know, I was checking the forecast earlier, and it said that we won't be having any rain for the next several days. I mean, the forecast changes. The weekly forecast changes almost every day. Like, I think I remember checking yesterday, and it said that it's gonna rain quite consistently for the next week or so. And then today I checked and it's all gone. The rain is all gone. And then it started raining this evening. It's crazy, huh? What to wear? No. What in that context, wake up Neil, what to wear sounds awkward because what to wear already means 뭘 입을지. 뭘 입을지. So when you think about 뭘 입을지, that already contains being smart and choosing wisely. But then in the earlier context, we already said very mindful. So the meaning kind of overlaps, okay? And so, I mean, you can say that and native speakers will understand, but I wouldn't say that. And I doubt that native speakers will say that. Of course, native speakers are, you know, and I'm often wrong. Native speakers are often wrong. But it just sounds a little awkward because of the overlapping meaning. And so if I were you, I would just say, be mindful of what you wear. Okay? There was a study abroad fair at COEX today. Oh, a study abroad fair. Okay. So if those were hyphenated, it would have been better. Okay, anyway, so there was a study abroad fair. If I could go back 10 years or so, I'd probably study abroad. In my opinion, studying abroad in your 20s kind of feels like a privilege, especially when it's through a university program. Yeah, sure, of course. Because when you're especially in your early 20s, right? You have so much less to lose as opposed to when you are in your late 20s or even early 30s. Because when you're by the time you are in your mid or late 20s, chances are you already have a job and working, and some people, by the time they're 30, a lot of them are married and have kids even, right? I mean, they don't as much as they used to, but right, so you have so much less to lose. Right? You didn't make the most of it back then because my English was not that good. Yeah, well, we all have missed opportunities. Please let me know how to go Discord. Yesterday I signed up and tried to get Discord, but I can't. Oh, okay. It might be that the link is expired. Let me go ahead and update the link for you. Whoa, why can't I? Oh, okay. Wait, hold on a second. Copy. Okay, let me go ahead and update the link. Post. Okay, 성수님. Do you know where the link is? Could you go and try the link again? I updated it. It should be working now. You know where the link is, right? Yeah, I think I fixed that. Yeah, as low as 5 degrees. I just came back from the gym. Love joining this live stream after my workout with wasabi seokan. Wasabi seokan. Have I tried it? Why does it feel like I've tried it? I didn't really fill up my plate. Busy greeting and saying hi to relatives, so starving now. Oh, okay. Even today? Today was just a Saturday. You hung out with your relatives? Was it someone's birthday? Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I've really got to do something about this this thing here. It's really annoying. It's super annoying. Oh my god. It's so annoying. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Damn, the font size is really annoying. It's really getting on my nerves. But Trump is sworn to make it harder? What? Make what harder? You have so much less to lose in your early 20s. I went to COEX a year ago for attending that fair. I went to COEX a year ago to attend that fair. For attending. To attend. Can you teach how to pronounce th words? Words? No, I can't. I could try, but I will most likely fail. So, I'm not capable. I am not able to teach anyone how to pronounce the th words. However, if you give me any example, I can read it for you very slowly and very quickly, and I can, just give me an example, just anything. I can do that, but I can't teach it. I don't know how. I'm really sorry, but I wish I could. But I guess I'm just not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to teach pronunciation. That is not a word that ends with a th. This person is asking about words that end with a th. I've got that fair promoting message every year. Oh. Okay. I went to Suanhwazong and walked along the Suanhwazong Fortress Trail. It was nice because of the crisp autumn air. Yeah, the weather's really nice these days, isn't it? Except for all the rain we've been having, right? I'm trying to work out at least 3 or 4 times a week. Good for you. But of course, it's not easy to do that. Well, nothing's easy in life, right? What's easy? Tell me, what's easy in life? Is there anything easy? No, nothing's easy. Not even hanging out with your friend. That's not even easy. Nothing is easy. I have a question. What's the difference between the words chance and opportunity? The context that it can be used in. Okay? So the word chance is used much more broadly. Okay? For example, when you're only looking at one context, can you give me another opportunity? Sure, you can say this or you can say chance, okay? However, wait a minute. Okay. There is a difference. There is even in this context there is a difference. So when you say can you give me another chance, it feels like you are at their mercy. So it's just simply up to them whether you get another chance or not. But another opportunity, it feels like there's some kind of process involved. Does that make sense? I think what I'm saying is kind of difficult for a lot of toddlers here. Okay, so if you're a toddler, you probably have no idea what I'm saying. So I'm going to use some Korean, okay? So chance라고 하면은 내가 그래서 기회를 얻게 되는지 못 얻게 되는지가 오로지 그 사람의 그냥 선택에 달려 있는 것 같은 느낌이에요. You are at their mercy. Okay, so it's just up to them. 그들의 그냥 결정에 달려 있어요. 근데 opportunity라고 하면 약간 뭔가 이게 뭔가 절차와 뭔가 관련이 돼 있는 그런 상황과 맥락에서 좀 더 어울려요. Opportunity, right? For example, let's say you're an aspiring actor, okay? Aspiring actor. 배우 지망생이라고 하나? 맞나요? An aspiring actor? 배우 지망생 맞나요? 지망생? 학생은 아니잖아. 맞나? 맞아요? Anyway, so you want to be an actor and you know you just went to an audition. Okay? 오디션을 봤어요. 끝났어요. 근데 너무 아까워요. You want another. 이럴 때는 물론 누구한테 얘기를 하느냐에 따라 다르지만 chance라고 할 수도 있지만 opportunity, can you give me another opportunity? 그런 상황에서는 opportunity가 더 잘 어울릴 수도 있어요. Okay? 지금 can you give me면은요. You give me면은 이게 어쩔 수 없이 chance가 좀 더 어울리는데 예를 들어서 약간 맥락이 이런 거예요. Don't worry, I'm sure another will come along. 이게 무슨 말이죠? Don't worry, I'm sure another will come along. 이런 맥락에서는 opportunity가 더 잘 어울려요. 오케이? 이런 맥락에서는 chance가 더 잘 어울리고요. 근데 opportunity가 뭐 안 되는 건 아니지만 이런 맥락, can you 지금 어떤 개인을 향해서 하는 얘기이기 때문에 chance. 오케이? 여기서는 opportunity. 오케이? 여기서는 chance가 좀 많이 안 어울려요. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's because yeah. 이건 opportunity는 조금 더 뭔가 it's I guess it's just more formal. More formal. Chance is much broader. 그리고 chance는 기회라는 의미 말고 또 확률이라는 의미로도 쓰이죠. 그쵸? 확률이라는 의미로도 써요. Right? So chance is used in a much more broader meaning, right? but opportunity is just opportunity. So there's that difference. 그런 차이도 있고요. 그리고 어떤 맥락에서 어느 게 더 잘 어울리느냐 그것도 있고요. 그러니까 이게 opportunity이기 때문에 opportunity와 chance가 어떤 얘네들만의 어떤 그런 의미의 단계에서 이미 차이가 있는 게 아니라 활용면에서 차이가 있어요. 그걸 잘 봐야 돼요. 어떤 맥락에서 어느 걸 쓰는지를 잘 봐둬야 돼요. 그래서 사실 이거를 제가 지금 설명을 잘 못했지만 설령 완벽하게 설명한다 해도 그 설명을 알아듣는 것뿐이지 그렇다고 해서 지금 그걸 알아듣는 순간 그걸 잘 쓸 수 있는 건 아니에요. 어차피 opportunity와 chance를 많이 겪어봐야 돼요. That's the only way to really get it. Do you know how the story of the game ended on the stream last night? No, I did not finish the game. Because, it was too long. And it got very repetitive. It got very repetitive. And it started making me dizzy. I felt like I was walking through a maze. Maze with a bunch of little like quizzes that I had to take. This is your first time chatting in this channel. I needed some courage. Yeah, well, we're here. We're here when you're ready. So, yeah, welcome to this. Welcome to the stream. I've been learning English for about 7 months, but it's still hard to tell a story in a fun way. Whenever I try to speak, I get stuck on tenses and conjunctions. That's because you're focusing on trying to be precise and trying to be correct. No, if you're trying to tell a story in a fun way, that's what you should focus on, not the words or the grammar you use. And if you really want to get better at that, there is only one way. There is only one way. So, and I think it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. I mean, so I can prove this to you. It's so obvious. Imagine a foreigner who is learning Korean tells you the same thing. What advice are you going to give that person? What can they do? They want to be good. They want to get better. They want to get better at telling a story, whether it's a fun story or whatever story. How do they get better at that? They keep getting stuck with the words and the grammar. I mean, no, it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be just a fun way. It could be any way, right? They want to get better at telling stories. How do they do that? How do they do that? There is only one way. What is it? 그냥 해? That's not advice. Come on. Come on, IK. Come on, I know you're stressed out these days, but come on. Okay, I will soon. I will soon. In a little bit. In a little bit. Whoops. Come on, not these broad strokes. I mean like something specific. There's a specific thing you can do. There's a specific thing you can do. Nobody knows? Be more specific. Sure, repetition, practice, yeah, but exactly how? About this. Becoming better at telling a story. Becoming better at telling a story. How does someone become better at telling a story? Like this person is saying they're trying to tell a fun story, but they keep getting stuck with grammar. With TED? TED? What is that? There is only one way. Come on, help me out here. Okay, so since nobody is volunteering to share something that everybody knows, right? Yeah, I mean everybody knows this, but nobody is volunteering to do a little typing, right? All I wanted you to do is just do a little typing on my behalf. But okay, so here it goes. If you want to become better at telling stories, okay? What you do is you write a perfect version of that story and you just practice it. Like an actor preparing for a scene. That's it. That's what you do. Duh. What else? What else can you do? How do you prepare for an interview? Oh, I want to become better at, being interviewed for a job, but I keep stuttering. I keep losing my words. I keep losing my train of thought. Like, how do I get better? Write it down and practice it. Yeah, memorize it. That's how you do it. Now, if that's too much work for you, well, I guess you just have to keep learning English and keep consuming content and just use English every day and wait until you gradually become better. And, someday, and that works too, right? That works too. Just, being very consistent with your general English learning, right? And someday you'll come to a point where you can tell stories more, more naturally, and it'll be more fun or whatever, funny. But if you're willing to put in a little more extra work, that's what you do, of course. You write a perfect version of that story you want to tell, and you practice it. Yeah. I always remind the sentences what I want to say, and I say it loud like an actor. Remind the sentences. What do you mean remind the sentences? You mean remember? Or memorize? You always memorize the sentences? Maybe you're talking about memorizing. Try to everything around you in English? You mean try to do everything in English? Well, maybe not everything, but as much as you can. As much as you can. But you know, if I'm being honest, I feel like Dinim, you know, this Dinim, I think Dinim already knew how to do it, like how to take care of that, how to deal with that problem, how to actually get better. I think he or she knows already. Maybe he or she is just trying to say that it's really hard. And sure, I understand. It's hard. It's not easy. And of course, there is nothing that can just, you know, instantly change that or get rid of that stutter, right? Although that's not exactly stuttering. You're just, you know, you're getting distracted, right? You're getting distracted. You're getting distracted by by that pressure, right? Because we all have that pressure to speak correctly, right? Especially when it comes to English. In Korean, we don't worry about it so much, right? But when it comes to English, we all feel this. I don't know. We don't know where it comes from, but for some reason we all have this pressure that we have to be perfect and we have to be correct, right? And so what I'm trying to say is that's what you need to just ignore. Just ignore. Try your. I know that's hard, but try your best to ignore that pressure and focus on just communicating at that moment. Focus on that moment. Just communicate. Okay. If you have a goal, you need to make a very specific plan. I think when it comes to learning a language, having a specific plan doesn't really help. I try to remind the sentences I missed before. So I pledge myself that I'm going to say more fluent next time. Okay. Remind. You mean keep in mind. You try to keep in mind. Things, let's say. So you try to keep in mind the things you couldn't say properly, and try really hard to get it right. The next time you have it, you get a chance. Messinim, can you give us the full sentence? Can you give us the full sentence? To be honest, with tenses and conjunctions, I still mess them up all the time. But if you keep at it, you get to notice the patterns in your own mistakes. So I think it's really important when you are speaking in English. Okay, when you are actually speaking to just, and you're talking to, when you're actually talking to people, I think the most important thing is you have to let go of everything. Just let go. Let go of everything and just let your English come out. It doesn't matter if it's not good. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It doesn't matter if it's all jumbled up. If it doesn't matter. You have to let everything go and just let your English out. Just let it out. That's it. It's okay. And you know what? It's going to be really bad. It's going to be really bad. And that's okay. That's all right. But when you are not actually talking in English, when you are studying, when you're practicing on your own, of course, you have to try to be accurate, try to be correct, and practice and repeat a lot. That's it. It's just that and the other thing. Those two things, you just have to do both of those things. Okay? Whoa, that's a lot. Work hard to be the best? No, I do not recommend this. Nope. Nope. It's unrealistic. You can't. You can't be the best. That's impossible. You had some job interview these days with Aussie people. It was really hard to say what I want to give them. You mean it was really hard to communicate with them? I've been going to job interviews these days, and most of the interviewers are from Australia, and it's been really hard to communicate. Next time I get a chance. 여기서는 왜 chance가 더 훨 자연스럽죠? Yeah. Because it's just something that just happens. Like an opportunity is more an opportunity, there are more components to it. 좀 더 뭔가 요소가 더 많이 있어야 돼요. 뭐 어딘가에서 어떤 뭔가를 하기로 뭐 결정해서 그게 어떻게 딱 뭐 어떤 조건들이 있고 그래. 근데 chance는 그냥 대화를 하다가 그냥 생기는 그냥 it's just much more casual, right? 지금 그러니까 그냥 어떤 표현을 대화하다가 어떤 표현을 쓰는 기회, 그런 기회는 it definitely doesn't feel like an opportunity. It's like your opportunity to succeed. No. It's just your chance to use an expression that you learned, right? It's just a much more casual scale, right? My goal is to become a leader. I aim to become I'm an aspiring teacher. Teacher aspiring? No. I aim to become a teacher. My goal is to number one. I would use number one. 2 and 3, they are too, I think it's a little bit overkill to say I aim to become a teacher or I'm an aspiring. I think those expressions are a little overkill. I would just say my goal is to become a teacher. Generously, they kept asking me, like, you meant this or that? So it was kind of good time. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. And you know what? Even if they cringe at you, even if they say, hey, you know what? Just go stand in the corner over there. We can't understand what you're saying. Go away. Even though they do that, right? Even if they do that, it's okay. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Oh, yeah. Good catch. Don't let it bother you. Oh my god, I'm gonna go work at a hospital as med-surg nurse. Okay, I don't know what a med-surg nurse is. I guess it's a thing. I can't watch your Zoom video. So sad. My Zoom video? Okay. I didn't know I was doing a Zoom video, but okay. All right, so you got to go work now. Okay. Have a great day at work. Save a lot of people, okay? Buffering took you 120 seconds. What? That's 2 minutes. What? Is there a lot of buffering right now? Is there a lot of buffering? I think that depends on the situation. What depends on the situation? Oh, you're getting some buffering? Wait, let me see if, how is my, well, it says that my stream health is excellent. So I think on my end, I have all my settings properly set up. If there's any buffering right now, it's probably YouTube's fault, not mine. If I had studied hard, I would have been working at the hospital too. Oh, okay. Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to work, are you trying to become a doctor or something? No, just, you know, all I did was tell you what I would say. That's it. That's pretty much it. Do you like buttering cookies? Buttering cookies. Buttering cookies. Related about health business. Okay. Health business. Does your company make like medical equipment? You don't work for a pharmaceutical company, do you? It's been a while since I joined the live chat. I wanted to ask you, teacher, when will your next book come out? I don't know. Yeah. That is where I am right now. I do not know when the next book is coming out. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Hopefully sometime next year, but who knows, right? You're a nurse right now. You live in New York. Okay. So what is it like being a nurse right now living in New York? What is it like? What is it like being a nurse in New York? It's a bit closer to a field like athlete? Okay. All right. That is where I am now. That's where I'm now? Okay. I think that this is more for like the main channel learners. I'm looking forward to it more than you are. Is it harder there or in Korea? That's where I'm now. Yeah, like an opinion or a stance on something. No, it is definitely useful. Although, what was I talking about? What led me to say this? You went there for a year. You feel good. Just have a language barrier. Okay, so far so good then, huh? So far so good. My goal is to watch all of streams you made. What? No, oh my god. There are too many and they're too long. 20? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of streams. Most of them are at least an hour long. Some of them are 2, and some of them are like 3 or 4 hours. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's not an opinion. It's not only an opinion stance. It's about progress, right? That's where I am now, right? It will take 7 years to watch them all if you spend 2 hours a day. What? No. He or she said, they said that they were gonna watch all of my streams. Not all of my videos. Wait, maybe that is true because I have like over 1,000 videos just on the main channel, right? Actually calculated that? Is that possible? But we can relate to his urge. It's quite tempting to take on the challenge of watching all of your videos. Yeah, a challenge? Yeah, I'd call that a challenge. Sure. Like, but then the question is it really worth doing? You know, is it actually worth taking up on that challenge? I mean, I guess it is kind of, because the more you listen to and look at and try to figure things out in English, you know, the more you're putting yourself out there, and the more you're exposing yourself to English, right? So, yeah, I mean, if you could, that would be great. Feel like it's been... Hey, Kimin-san-nim. Yeah, it does feel like it's been ages. How's life? It's... You know, it's going. A bit too fast, you know? Well, what about you? How are things with you? Where have you been? I would have been hung up by the time I finished. Time you promote your books. Challenge, yeah. I guess we don't need the parentheses. So here we need go to a job interview. Or right. And what else? Have been ing these days. It's hard. It was hard. It's been hard. I've been swamped with work and stuff over the last few weeks. Oh, okay. Been swamped, huh? Yeah. Well, hey, I think that's a good thing, right? Having a lot of work to do, I think that's a good thing. I've told you guys about my friend, right? I have a friend, the neat freak friend that I have. He told me, I think he called me. He called me on Saturday last week. Not today, like last Saturday, the holiday week we had. He called me on Saturday, last Saturday, and he told me that he had been working all week that week. He told me he had been working all week that week. Yeah. He told me that he had been working all week that week. And because he had something that was due. I mean, he's like a freelancer, right? He makes his own hours, and he has clients. He works for clients, and he works independently. He's his own boss. He doesn't. I don't think he has any employees, but he could. I think he should, considering how much work he has right now. But anyway, so he works for paying clients. And his clients needed some things to be done. I think by now, like this week, I think. And so he had to work like every day throughout the holiday week. And so, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have a lot of work. Although it kind of depends. The most hardest part of English is 가정법. It's really complicated. Yes, it is. If I were you, I would collect whenever you come across a sentence that has 가정법 in it, write it down. Take a picture of it, copy paste it, write it down somewhere, and just collect all of those sentences and just look at them again and again. I think that's like the best thing you can do. It's hard. It takes a lot of work, right? If you're even a little bit lazy, I don't think you can do it. But if you can make yourself do that, I think that's one of the best ways to learn something, to kind of cram right? Like focus on one particular like segment in the English language and focus on that. And I think that's the most effective thing you can do. I can't imagine myself watching whole entire videos. Yeah, me neither. I've started a new piece on my viola and my teacher wants me to work on musicality. Yeah, I am on that level. Musicality, I don't even know what that is. Today is working Saturday in Budapest because we're getting a 4-day weekend next week for the public holiday. It's good. It's a good idea. Huh. Okay, so you are making up for the lost work days in advance. Okay. It's, you know, sounds fair. Yes. Gotta bathe now? Okay. He makes his own hours. Do you know? Does everybody know what this means? 근무 일정을 right. 과장님, thank you for that. I was trying to figure out how to translate this. Right. I can't help but feel that there's what the hell? What the hell happened here? Huh? What? What the hell happened here? What? What the hell is happening? What? What is this? Huh? What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with this thing? What am I doing wrong? Why are you doing this to me? Yeah. Oh. What was it? 근무 일정을 스스로 결정한다. It's doing it again. That is so weird. That was so weird. All right. I guess for some reason it did not like the font size. It did not like the font size for some reason. Open it again. Okay, I'm gonna try to save it. Okay. October 18th, toddler. Stream toddler. Close. Open. Okay, it's back. I'm gonna change the font size to 30. Okay, so I've changed the font size to 30. Everything looks good. You went to the service center today to fix your rice cooker. It turned out to have a serious problem. The technician kept saying that it would be better to just buy a new one. I was almost ready to. I feel like they usually say that when they don't know how to fix it. To be with his idea, but my husband said we should just fix what we plan to fix today. Okay, cool. No, this is LibreOffice. Do any of you guys use LibreOffice? Oh yeah. I mean, sorry if that's hard for you guys to listen to, but you know, when I swear in my streams or in the video, I'm actually trying to swear, because actually, I don't know if you guys will believe it. I mean, believe it or not, but I don't actually swear that much. Like, I almost never swear, especially when I'm speaking Korean. I never swear. Even in English, I almost never swear. I try to swear to help you become more comfortable with it, because a lot of native speakers swear. And I don't want you to be, you know, I don't want you guys to freak out every time you hear the F word, because it's just a very, very common thing people use, right? It was the game about Emily. Sometimes I repeat at some point, and Sam said, Emily, that part is so... Oh, really? I'm not really sure which part you're talking about. Can you help pronounce with a something and with the something? Like with a book and with the book? This thing's been kind of bothering me. Okay, well, Alex Changlim, you're not going to like what I'm going to say. You're not going to like what I'm going to say. Can anybody guess what I'm going to say? Can you guys guess what I'm going to say about this? Yeah. No difference. Exactly. Just say them, you can say them exactly the same, and it's going to be fine. Because what determines the difference is actually the entire context, not just that part. One of the things that I hated when I was working at a hagwon, because I worked at a hagwon for like 10 years before I started YouTube, one of the things I hated was that we always had a curriculum that we had to follow. We had a curriculum that we had to follow. I hated that. And I got in trouble many times because I conducted a lot of my classes without even opening the book once. I did so many classes without even opening the book because I just hated teaching what was in the book. I got in trouble for that many times. It was actually one of the things that motivated me to start YouTube. Hagwon is like gym. I don't know. I think gyms are more useful. Yeah. I need an example with the book. Or something like that. Yeah, pretty much. my book. Is there anything you don't understand from this dialogue? All good? Okay. Hey, Haimneem, what's up? How's it going? What's going on? What are you doing? I'm trying to catch that. Oh, wait, we have another dialogue, right? Did you catch the mosquito? Yeah, I killed it with a book. So when we say with a book, it sounds, I killed it with a book. I killed it with a book. You're going to catch it with the book? Same thing. The sound, it sounds pretty much the same. Maybe not exactly the same, but it sounds pretty much the same. You're going to catch it with the book? 그 책으로 잡게? You're going to catch it with the book? I killed it with a book. 책으로 죽였어. Right? Don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. Work comes first, right? Work comes first. Work comes first. Here. Use this instead. How do you say this in Korean? Here, use this instead. How do you say this in Korean? Here, use this instead. 대신 익었어? Yeah, it makes sense. but there's a more natural way. 차라리 이거 써? Yeah, I would say this too. I would say 그거 말고 이걸로 해. 그거 말고 이걸로 해. Okay? So I know that you feel like you have to use 대신 when you see instead, but in a lot of cases we don't. We just say 말고, right? 그거 말고 이거 써. Right? Here, use this instead. I have 4 more. What is this? How do you say this in Korean? I have 4 more. I have 4 more. 4권 더 있어. Okay? Why do you have 5 of the same book? How do you say this in Korean? Why do you have 5 of the same book? Why do you have 5 of the same book? Right. 왜 같은 책을 5권이나 가지고 있어? So here, this part is important. 5 of the same book. Right? 5 of the same book. Why do you have 5 of the same book? Improve. Improve. I think a lot of beginner learners, and not only beginners, but a lot of intermediate and maybe like intermediate advanced learners don't use this word very much. You have to 이 단어를 좀 더 써버릇하려고 노력하면 좋아요. 잘 안 써지는 뭐라고 해야 돼? 잘 안 배워지는 단어 중에 하나인 것 같아요. 보고 들으면 아는데 직접 잘 쓰진 않는. Okay? So improve. Okay? Improve fast. Okay? improve는 뭐 발전하다, 나아지다, 좋아지다, 뭐가 늘다. 어떤 뭐 실력이든 뭐 그런 게 이제 는다라는 그런 의미로도 쓰기 때문에 그쵸? 많은 의미로 비슷한 의미긴 하지만 많이 쓰는 단어 improve, okay? improve. Shut up and shut up and do something. How do you say this in Korean? 됐고. 쓸데없는 소리 말고 이거. Very good. Wow, a lot of people paraphrasing it. 입 달고 뭐긴 하죠 뭐. Very, very good. Wow, okay. Yeah, shut up and do something. Right. 쓸데없는 소리 말고 이거나 해. Very good, very good. Okay. How do you say this in Korean? You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. 시끄럽고. Yeah. Hey, 우리 다리님, what's up? How's it going? You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. What is this? You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. 자, 듣기 싫겠지만, 뭐 이런 말하면 듣기 싫겠지만, right. Okay. So I think the important part here is what I'm gonna say. You're not gonna like. 이것도. 이 패턴도 물론 알아야 되겠지만 여기서 좀 약간 우리가 좀 신경 써서 좀 주의 깊게 봐야 되는 게 요 구간이죠. What I'm gonna say. 내가 앞으로 할 얘기. 그렇죠? 내가 앞으로 할 얘기를 너는 좋아하지 않을 거다. 의역이 되면서 아마 듣기 싫겠지만, 그렇죠? You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but 하면서 얘기가 이어지면 좋겠죠. What I'm gonna say를 약간씩 변형해서 얘기하는 경우도 많아요. 뭐 what I have to say라고 하기도 하고요. What I'm about to say라고 하기도 하고요. Okay, what I'm about to say, what I have to say. Okay. He makes his own hours. 뭐 이것도 이렇게 그냥 요대로 그냥 외워서 쓰기 좋고요. He told me he had been. ing. 좀 일단 이 과거 완료 때문에 조금 어렵긴 하지만 이런 패턴에 언젠가는 익숙해져야 돼요. 이게 딱 봤을 때 이게 바로 한 번에 이해가 안 된다라는 이유로 그런 이유로 이걸 계속 무기한적으로 계속 미뤄두면은요 영어 초보에서 계속 안 늘어요. 진짜 우리가 일상적으로 써야 하는 말들을 못 배워요. 그래서 이런 거 이걸 지금 요 얘기를 한국어로 하면 어떻게 되죠? How do you say this in Korean? He told me he had been working all week that week. 그 주에 한 주 내내 Okay. 그 주 내내? 그 주 내내? 한국말이 어렵네. 한 주 내내. 그냥 그쵸? 한 주 내내 일했다고 했어. 그냥 한국어로는 요 정도로 얘기하면 되는 것 같아요. 그쵸? 한국어로는 요 정도인 것 같아요. 한 주 내내 일했다고 했어. So he told me 다고 했어. He told me he had been working all week. He had been working all week. 한국어에서는 한국어만 보면은 한 여기까지만 얘기가 나오는 것 같은데 that week라고 사실 이것도 생략해도 돼요. 근데 강조를 위한 거죠. 그 주 한 주 내내 이렇게 강조를 위해서 all week 이게 한 주 내내고요. that week 그 한 주 그때 그 한 주 내내 일했다고 했다. Is that possible? So far so good? 뭐 이런 거는 그냥 통째로 외워서 쓰는 거예요. So far so good. Is that possible? That's where I am now. 이거는 뭐 it's 약간 좀 뭐랄까 이건 본 채널에서 주로 놓으시는 분들. What is it like ing? 이거 은근히 중요해요. What is it like? 이거 한번 응용해 보시겠어요? 보세요. What is it like? 어떠냐? 경험을 묻는 거예요. What is it like being a nurse? Being a nurse라는 것은 being을 다른 말로 굳이 한다면은 working as라고 할 수 있겠죠. Working as a nurse. 간호사로서 일하는 거. 근데 being이라고 함으로써 좀 더 폭넓게 그냥 얘기를 하는 거예요. 지내는 거. 간호사로서 지내는 거. Being a nurse, living in 뭐 and 넣을 수도 있겠네. And living in New York. 아니다. 뉴욕에서 살고 있는 간호사로서 지내는 건 어떠냐 그런 식으로 물어본 건데 일단 중요한 건 이거예요. What is it like ing? What is it like being a parent? Very good. What is it like being a weirdo? That's actually really funny. What is it like having parties all year round? Ooh, okay. Being a hero? Okay. What is it like being an early bird? Okay. What is it like being a mom? 그쵸? Okay. 그런 식으로 쓰는 거예요. 네. 그거에 대한 경험을 묻는 거죠. Okay. Don't let that bother you. 그런 거 가지고 신경 쓰지 말라. 그것 때문에 신경 쓰지 말라. What is it like working in Samsung? What is it like taking care of your baby? your baby, 너의 아기를 돌보는 게 어떠냐? Okay, I guess that makes sense. 아마 대체적으로는 your baby가 아니라 a baby라고 하는 경우 할 일이 아마 더 많을 거예요. 아기를 그냥 하나의 아기를 꼭 너의 아기를 아니라 하나의 아기를 돌보는 게 어떠냐? What is it like working with him? What is it like being a firefighter? Okay. What is it like working with them? Okay. Okay. 자, 여기서는요. 그 아까 왜 이걸 전체적으로 이렇게 썼냐면 일단 these days 있죠. These days는 요즘이에요. 요즘. 그쵸? 요즘인데 아까 어떻게 얘기를 여기서 시제가 잘못 나왔었거든요. went to라고 하셨나? I went to job interviews? 여기서 과거형을 쓰셨는데 these days랑 과거형이랑 만나는 거는 어색해져요. 말이. 뭔가 약간 안 맞아져요. 그래서 잠깐만. 그래서 과거에 대한 얘기 아니면 요즘 얘기야. 왜냐면 요즘은 현재잖아요. 그렇죠? 현재이면서 현재뿐만 아니라 요즘 계속 되고 있는, 그렇죠? 요즘 계속 이어지고 있는 어떤 반복되고 있는 일이기 때문에 그렇기 때문에 여기서는 I've been going to job interviews. 여기서는 these days가 나와도 괜찮고 lately가 나와도 좋고요. I've been going to job interviews lately 또는 these days. So 요 lately도 써놓을게요. lately. 요 시제를 보시는 거예요. 여기서는 여기서도 시제가 쓰였죠. It's been really hard to. 그래서 제가 여기 나열해놨죠. 일단 job interview를 have라고 한다기보다는 go to a job interview. Okay? have a job interview는 그냥 일정에 대해서 얘기할 때예요. 나 다음 주에 뭐 면접이 있어. 이럴 때. 물론 이럴 때도 심지어 I'm going to a job interview next week 뭐 이렇게 얘기할 수도 있겠지만 I have a job interview. 근데 여기서 하는 얘기는 단지 그게 일정으로 잡혀 있다는 얘기가 아니라 다니고 있다는 얘기를 하는 거잖아요. 최근에 면접을 좀 다니고 있는데, 그죠? 그렇기 때문에 I've been going to job interviews. 그리고 방금 전에 설명했던 these days와 시제의 조합, 시제와 시간 표현의 조합 많이 배워둬야 돼요. 시제와 시간 표현의 조합 정말 중요해요. 영어에서는. It's hard. 힘들다. It was hard. 힘들었다. It's been hard. 해석이 어떻게 돼요? 해석이 어떻게 되죠? It's been hard. 힘들었었어? 힘들었었어? 그동안 힘들었어. 이거죠. 그동안 힘들었다. 그동안 힘들었다. 오케이? 굳이 요 시제를 굳이 살려서 해석을 한다면 그거예요. 그동안 힘들었다. 오케이? 이거는 힘들다. 이거는 과거 얘기예요. 지금은 더 이상 상관없는 얘기예요. 힘들었었다. 그때 당시에. 이거는 현재까지 포함이에요. 그동안 힘들었다. 오케이? 이거는 이 맥락을 보면은 현재까지 힘든 거예요. 맥락을. 최소한 그 힘든 게 해결되진 않은 거예요. 지금 요 얘기가 앞서 있었기 때문에. 근데 언제나 그렇듯이 맥락이 가장 중요해요. 항상 가장 중요한 게 맥락이에요. 맥락을 빼버리잖아요. 그러면 공식만 가지고 영어를 배우는 건데 절대 그렇게 배워서는 안 돼요. 그러니까 무슨 얘기를 하는 거냐. 이것만 보고 그래서 지금도 힘든 거냐 아니냐 이거를 따질 수가 없어요. Because there's no context. Okay? 언제나 맥락이 중요해요. 그래서 이런 얘기가 앞서 있었잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 그 힘든 게 아직도 해결이 되지 않은 게 맥락에서 느껴지는 거죠. Okay? Alright. So I've been going to job interviews lately, these days, and most of the interviewers are from Australia, and it's been really hard to communicate. Let's see. Get the right, huh? Oh, get it right. 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 정말 중요한 동사예요. Get it right. 해석은 뭔가를 맞게 하다, 그쵸? 또는 맞추다. 그리고 이 하다가 뭔가를 그냥 맞게 하다도 맞지만 맞게 뭐뭐하다. 맞게 뭐뭐하다. 모든 동사 다 돼요. 맞게 말하다. 맞게 알아듣다. 맞게 쓰다. 맞게 뭐가 됐든. 오케이? 뭐 맞게 입력하다 등등등. 뭐 심지어 뭐 신발끈을 맞게 묶은 거 있죠. 뭐 그런 것도 심지어. 오케이? 맞게 하는 거 다 돼요. Get it right. 쓰임새가 너무 많기 때문에 정말 중요한 동사예요. Get it right. 근데 맞추다도 심지어 뭔가에 정답이 있다면 그 정답을 맞추는 거 있죠. Get it right. 반대는 당연히 뭐겠어요? 맞게 이해하다 막 이런 거 있잖아요. 맞게 이해하다 이런 것도 get it right. 그렇죠? 그렇죠? 반대는 반대. Get it wrong. 아마 이 단어를 보고요. 이 단어를 보고 무서워서 본인도 모르는 사이에 안 배우기로 한 사람들 많을 거예요. Be distracted or get distracted. 그러면 못 배워요, 영어. 오케이? 난 이 단어 본 적도 없고 단어도 무섭고 해서 난 얘랑 별로 안 친해지고 싶어. 계속 그런 단어들이 많이 있죠. 이것도 아마 그 중에 하나일 거예요. specific도 그렇고 constantly, consistently 이것도 그럴 건데 그런 식으로 해서는 절대로 영어 못 배우겠죠, 당연히. 오케이. Get distracted 무슨 뜻이죠? What does it mean? 다른 것 때문에 신경 써야 할 부분에 신경을 못 쓰는 거. 이거예요. 이게 아까 무슨 얘기를 하다 이 얘기가 나왔죠? Get distracted. 이거를요, 제 개인적인 생각으로는 지금 이런 식으로 뭐 정신이 팔리다, 사나워지다, 집중력을 잃다, 어떤 하나의 표현 같은 프레이즈로 정리할 수가 없어요. 그래서 이렇게 풀어 쓴 거예요. 왜냐면 딱 얘네들이랑 맞지도 않아요. 방해받다? 방해받다도 그쵸? 그게 어떻게 보면 제일 근접한 것 같기도 한데 아까 무슨 얘기를 하다가 이 얘기가 나왔냐면은 그 스토리텔링을 하는데 계속해서 그 말을 할 때 그 문법적인 부분에서 계속 막힌다는 얘기 했잖아요. 그게 바로 get distracted가 되는 거예요. 이 재밌는 이야기를 해야 되는데 거기에 신경을 써야 되는데 다른 거, 문법 이런 거에 계속 이제 그쵸? 뭐 얘기하자면 이제 딱 이거 그것 때문에 내가 신경 써야 할 부분에 신경 못 쓰는 거. Okay? Get distracted. Be more specific. 예를 들어서 Can you be more specific? 이게 좋게 얘기를 하는 방법이죠. 이거는 명령어고요. 더 구체적으로 얘기를 해. 이거는 좀 더 구체적으로 얘기를 해줄래? 해줘. 해줄래? Yeah. Can you be more specific? Specific? 이 단어도 아마 피하고 싶을 거예요. 근데 한국어를 배우는데 구체적이라는 말을 안 배우겠다고요? 자세히 구체적으로 이런 말을 이런 단어를 안 배우고 한국어를 배우겠다고요? 그건 무슨 한국어죠? 한국어가 아니죠? 우와, 라이브 시작할 때 전주에서 출발했는데 이제 집 다 왔다고요? Where do you live? Constantly and consistently. 아시는 분들 많죠? 어떻게 다르죠? You live in Seoul? From Jeonju? Constantly는 좀 더 계속해서 하는 거라 상황에 맞게 잘 써야 되는 것 같다고요. KTX? 여러분, 지속적으로와 꾸준히의 차이 아세요? Hey JC, what's up? Does everybody know the difference between constant? Do you guys know the difference between 지속적으로 and 꾸준히? Do you know the difference in Korean? 왜냐면 constantly가 잘못 쓰면 약간의 집착같이 느껴지지 않을까요? Constantly? 끊임없이인데 그냥 지속적인 상태고 사람 의지가 들어간 거랑 꾸준히는 일관적으로 같은 방식 고수 수시로 constantly. constantly는 한 번도 안 빼먹고 멈추지 않은 것. 오케이, 멈추지 않는 것은 말할 때는 상태가 변하지 않는 것. 오케이, now 이런 게 정말 도움되는 거예요. 뭔가 보세요. 여러분 보세요. SB 하님이 지금 올린 거 보세요. 지금 이것 때문에 가렸는데 잠깐만. 이거 어떻게 하면 잠깐만. 이거를 이게 여기 있어서 그렇구나. 이걸 여기다 넣으면 되나? 여기다 넣으면 되나? 오케이. 지금 SB 하님이 올리신 거 있죠? 카페 직원이 계속 바뀌는 거. 이 맥락을 보니까 확 와닿지 않나요? 이래서 real world context를 항상 함께 보는 게 가장 중요해요. 그걸 의미로 어떻게 조지는 게 아니라 그걸 의미로 어떻게 그걸 해결하려는 게 아니라 항상 해석과 의미로만 그거를 해결하려는 게 아니라 항상 그걸 real world context에 넣어서 항상 밥버릇 해야 돼요. 오케이? 뭘 지냐? I don't know. I don't know. 갑자기 그건 왜요? 사와디카님. 갑자기 그건 왜요? Why all of a sudden? 오케이. 어쨌든 굳이 이제 단어로 매칭을 최대한 그래도 시켜보려고 한다면 constantly는 상시적으로, 수시로, 그리고 지속적으로 이런 게 constantly예요. 오케이? 근데 지속적으로는 오히려 continuously에 좀 더 가깝고 constantly는 제가 느꼈을 때 상시적으로 그리고 수시로 constantly. 오케이? consistently는 그거를 심지어 포함을 하고 있으면서 constantly의 의미를 포함하고 있는데 오히려 근데 초점은 어디에 맞춰져 있느냐? 정도와 빈도가 꾸준한 거예요. 정도와 빈도가 꾸준한 거예요. 오케이? constantly는 상시적으로 그리고 수시로, consistently는 꾸준하다보다 더 맞는 말이 있나 모르겠네. 어쨌든 꾸준한 건데 뭐가 꾸준하다라는 거냐면 그 빈도와 정도 내지는 양 이런 게 오케이? 꾸준하다는 거예요. 그렇죠. 일정하게. Yoon consistently lies. Constantly. 거짓말을 그 정도와 양이랑 빈도를 일정하게 한다라는 그 맥락상 그러니까 한국어에서는 거짓말을 꾸준히 하다라는 게 말이 되죠. 그렇죠? 근데 영어에서는 그게 안 돼요. Because you can't really measure how much and how frequent someone lies, right? It's really hard to measure that, right? So when it comes to someone lying, it's usually he constantly lies. Okay? 근데 만약에 예를 들어서 뭔가 조금 더 그 전략적으로 이루어지는 거 있죠. Like fake news. 예를 들어서 그 fake news를 꾸준하게 전략적으로 계획을 세워서 그런 식으로 fake news를 계속해서 사람들에게 feed하는 뭐 그런 맥락이면 충분히 consistently가 될 수가 있어요. Right? So maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a broadcasting station or like a news outlet or I don't know. Some organization, a group of people, they consistently feed, you know, they put out fake news. 그렇죠? 뭐 그런 건 있을 수가 있겠죠. Constantly buffering. Yes. That makes perfect sense. 꼭 그렇지도 않아요. 예를 들어서 비가 꾸준히 오는 거 있죠. 일정량으로 빈도도 일정하게. 그렇죠? 하루 종일 It's been raining consistently all day. It's so annoying. 이런 맥락으로도 얼마든지 갈 수 있죠. Right? It's 여러분 이 빈칸에 뭐가 들어갈까요? 이 빈칸에 뭐가 들어갈까요? It's been raining non-stop. 이거 중에서 그쵸? 이거는 constantly예요. 왜냐면 아까 과장님이 말씀하신 건가? non-stop이 뭘 가리켜요? 멈추지 않는 거죠. 멈추지 않는 거. 그게 constantly예요. non-stop이라는 말이 constantly의 어떻게 보면은 그 핵심 개념을 지금 얘가 설명해주고 있는 거예요. constantly라는 거 그거예요. 멈추지 않는 거에 초점이 맞춰져 있고 consistently는 균등하고 일정하게. 오케이? 그러니까 초점이 다른 데에 맞춰져 있어요. Constantly means it doesn't stop. Consistently means at a very even pace. Okay? It's been raining constantly non-stop. 사실 이거를 둘 다 이렇게 쓰는 게 아주 이상하진 않아요. 실제로도 이렇게 써요. 강조를 위해서. 근데 뭐 formal한 writing이나 이런 거에서는 이렇게 이거를 둘 다 쓰는 건 아니에요. Because it's one of them is redundant. 그 의미가 겹치기 때문에 둘 다 안 쓰는 게 좋지만 뭐 실제로 외국 얘기하는 거 들어보면 뭐 둘 다 쓰기도 하고요. Because yeah, I know, but you know, someone was asking. Yeah. 근데 이거를 사실 영어를 배우다 보면은요, 분명히 어쩔 수 없이 이거 궁금해지는 것 중에 하나예요. 왜냐면 둘 다 많이 쓰거든요. 둘 다 많이 쓰는데 대충 이렇게 봐서는 비슷한 것 같은데 왜 이럴 땐 저걸 쓰고 언제 이렇게 쓰지? 사실 이렇게 보일 수밖에 없거든요. Yeah. 조지다요? I don't know. 뭐가 있을까? 근데 조지다가 너무 다양하게 쓰이지 않나요? 그래서 잘 모르겠어요. 하나로 딱 매칭되는 게 있는지 모르겠어요. 아니 한국어에선 심지어 라면을 조지다라고 하기도 하잖아요. I don't know. 라면을 어떻게 조져? In English? 라면을 영어로 어떻게 조지지? 라면을 영어로 어떻게 조져? George. No, not George. George. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 아마 없을 거예요. 그러니까 비슷한 게 있더라도 그게 또 다른 맥락에서는 뭐야 한국어에서는 조지다가 여기서도 쓰는데 근데 또 영어에서는 그 단어 또 안 쓰고 뭐 이럴 거야 아마. So 그리고 yeah. And okay. To attend. To attend. For attending이 아니라요. Okay? 망쳤다. 그쵸? 망치다라는 또 완전히 다른 의미로도 쓰잖아요. 그쵸? 그거는 뭐 ruin 내지는 뭐 mess up, screw up 뭐 여러 가지가 있죠. ruin fuck up. You could say fuck up, mess up, screw up. 뭐 그냥 screw라고 할 수도 있고요. Yeah. 이거 오케이. 그거 하나만 써놓고 넘어갈게요. I'm so screwed. 그냥 현실적으로 F-word를 쓰는 게 좀 부담스러우신 분들도 있으니까 I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed. Of course you can say this. 좀 뭐라고 하지? 좀 불필요하게 많이 조심스럽게 얘기를 하는 상황에서, 물론 이제 한국어도 바뀌어야 되겠죠. 이거를 이런 말을 쓰기 좀 그럴 때는 뭘로 하는 게 좋죠? 영어에 있어요. I'm doomed. 근데 이거는 좀 뭐랄까, 근데 이렇게 써도 사실 재밌어요, 영어에서. It's fun. It's funny. It can be funny. 이거는 그냥 너무 자연스러운 거고. It's so natural. 이거는 웃겨요, 심지어. 그쵸, 약간 it's old fashioned. 그래서 좀 웃긴 것 같아요. Yeah. Is that 어떤 쇼에서 봤다고요? Yeah. It's an old-fashioned expression, but that's why it makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. 그래서 재밌는 부분도 있어요. 뭐 이렇게도 얘기할 수 있고요. This is like a fancy way to say this. I'm so screwed. This is the natural way to say it. I'm tossed? Okay. I'm not familiar with that slang. It's probably a slang used by a certain group of people, like a certain generation maybe. Maybe it's a Gen Z thing. I'm not really sure. Toast? 그쵸? Toast. Yeah. There are so many ways. Toast. In 빼고요. all trouble가 아니라 in trouble. Damn fucking in trouble? damn과 fucking을 그 조합에서 같이 쓰는 건 좀 어색해요. damn을 처음에 그냥 약간 그냥 그 뭐지? 감탄사처럼 damn 뭐 이렇게 할 수는 있겠죠. Sure. cooked, 그쵸? 요즘은 cooked라고도 많이 얘기를 하죠. cooked가 약간 요즘 세대 사람들이 쓰는 거. cooked. Yeah, we're cooked. Okay, was it someone's birthday? 자, 여기서는 have a lot to lose. Have nothing to lose. 이고요. 보통 많이 쓰이는 게 요 두 가지가 가장 많이 쓰이고요. 이게 뭐죠? 잃을 게 없는. 이게 잃을 게 많은. 그쵸? 그 다음으로 많이 쓰는 게 아마 have little to lose. 잃을 게 많지 않은. 그쵸? 잃을 게 별로 없는. 좀 이례적으로 쓰이는 것은 have everything to lose. 그러니까 사실 이 have everything to lose가 have a lot to lose를 좀 더 그냥 강조해서 얘기를 하는 거거든요. have everything to lose. 이걸 옮길까? 이게 강조형이고요. So have a lot to lose가 잃을 게 많은 거, 강조되는 게 have everything to lose. have nothing to lose가 그 반대, 잃을 게 없는 거, 이거는 약간 잃을 게 별로 없는 거. 회사에서 상사한테 조져졌다고요? No. 그때 cooked라고는 안 하고요. 그러니까 cooked는 이제 큰일 났다. 이제 우리 다 망했다. 이제 난 망했어. 이런 얘기할 때, 그러니까 누구한테 조져진 거는 또 달라요. 그러니까 이게 맥락에, 그러니까 상황과 맥락에 따라서 다 달라요. 제가 아까 처음에도 얘기했지만 한국어에서의 조지다는 그 범위가 엄청나게 넓어요. 그쵸? 지금 이런 의미로도 조지다라고 하지만 라면을 조지다, 커피를 조지다라고 하지 없다니까요, 영어에. 공통된 그게 없어요. Okay? So there's a different word, different verb you have to use for different contexts. Okay? 오케이. 요거 다 이해하셨어요? 그 말이 어디서 나왔었더라? 뭐였지? 이런 얘기 들어보셨어요? 좀 어려운 토들러 분들에겐 좀 많이 어려운 얘기일 것 같은데 그냥 갑자기 생각이 나서요. If there's anyone, 좀 해석 좀 해주세요. If there's anyone more dangerous than a man with unlimited resource, is a man with nothing to lose. If there's anyone more dangerous than a man with unlimited resource. 잘못 썼네요. It's a man with nothing to lose. 근데 사실 무한히 가진 사람이 더 위험하지 않나요? 이럴 게 없는 사람이 뭘 할 수 있겠어요? 이게 더 무섭지 않나 사실? Unlimited resource, 그러니까 자원이 무한적으로 있는, 무한적인 자원을 가진 사람, 자원이 무한인 사람. 네, 결과적으로 이 얘긴데 다 가진 놈보다 잃을 게 없는 놈이 제일 무섭다. 다 가진 사람이 더 무섭지 않나? Almost. 오케이. 이게 왜 그러냐면 지금 제가 쓴 것들 있죠. 이게 저희가 뭐 한 1시간 동안 그냥 잡담을 나눴나요? 그 잡담을 하면서 제가 한 얘기 그리고 여러분이 쓴 얘기 중에 그냥 좀 이런 거는 좀 이렇게 써서 남길 필요가 있다 싶은 거를 위주로 쓴 거거든요. 그러니까 여러분의 수준에 맞춰진 그런 쉬운 영어만 오는 게 아니라 그냥 실제 대화를 하다 보니 나오는 말들이었어요. 근데 물론 그 중에는 어려운 것도 있고 쉬운 것도 있겠죠. 근데 다 중요한 것들이에요. 그죠? 뭐냐면 실제 얘기를 하다가 나온 것들이니까. Right? 오케이. 그래서 이렇게도 이런 것도 많이 봐둬야 되고요. 잃을 게 많은 거. 그리고 여기서는 근데 뭐가 나왔죠? Have so much less to lose. 상대적인 거죠. Have more 또는 less to lose. 잃을 게 더 많고 잃을 게 상대적으로 많고 상대적으로 적은. more 하면 상대적으로 많은 거, less. 사실 이것도 물론 다 쓰는 말들이지만 모든 것은 상대적인 것이라는 말도 있잖아요. 그런 것처럼 in your early 20s. 이것도 중요하네요. in your early 20s. 이게 뭐죠? in your early 20s. in your early 20s. 그쵸. 20대 초반에. in your early 20s, you have so much less to lose. 잃을 게 훨씬 잃을 게 훨씬 적다. 이때 상대적인 거는 이제 그 이후와 비교했을 때 얘기죠. 그쵸? You have so much less to lose in your 20s. 왜 이거랑 연결돼 있지? 방금 어디에 다녀왔다. 그 얘기를 하는 거였죠. 그 어디에 다녀왔다. 방금 이 다녀오다라는 말이 없어요. 영어에는 다녀오다라는 동사가 따로 있지 않고 came back 또는 got back 돌아왔다. 어디에서 돌아왔다. 이렇게 다녀왔다를 얘기를 해요. 오케이? 그래서 혹시라도 토들러 분들 중에 뭐 오늘 아침에 어디에 다녀왔어요. 저 뭐 어디 좀 다녀올게요. 물론 다녀올게요는 또 달라요. 어쨌든 다녀오다라는 동사가 없어요. 영어에. 그래서 그때그때 달라져요. 쓰임새에 따라서. 오케이. They say 제가 그 아까 처음에 이걸 쓰신 분은 누구였지? 정크리스님이었나? They said라고 하셨는데 they said가 틀린 건 아니에요. 그렇죠? 그렇게 보도가 됐던 거니까. 근데 이 날씨 예보 있죠. 날씨 예보에 대해서 얘기할 때는 they say가 좀 더 잘 어울리는 게 그 예보는 상시적으로 이루어지고 있기 때문에. 그렇죠? 언제든 확인하면 그렇게 예보가 되고 있잖아요. 그렇죠? 그렇기 때문에 이거는 그냥 현재형으로. 오케이? 왜 한국어에서도 날씨에 대해서 얘기할 때는 최소한 뭐 별로 상관없기도 하지만 내일 비가 온다고 그랬어? 아니면 내일 그냥 내일 비가 온대. 그냥 온대라고 하는 게 맞잖아요. 현재형으로. 온대 써도 물론 틀린 건 아니지만. Anyway, so they say the temperature will go down. 내려갈 거다. to 어디로 내려간다고요? As low as. 이 as low as가 이만큼 낮게예요. As 5 degrees. 5도만큼 낮게. 즉 그게 무슨 얘기냐면 5도까지 최하를 얘기를 하는 거예요. 최하 여기까지 내려간다. Okay? So the temperature will go down to as low as 5 degrees next week. Is that true? Next week? It's about time. 그럴 때도 됐네요. 그렇죠? It's about time. 이게 무슨 말이죠? It's about time. 그럴 때가 됐다. 뭐 그럴 때도 됐지. 뭐 약간 이런 느낌이죠. 그럴 때도 됐지. It's about time. 또 어떤 상황에서는 올해도 걸렸네. 이런 느낌으로도 써요. 오케이? 예를 들어서 야 우리 떡볶이 먹으러 나가자. 야 나 좀만 준비하고 했는데 한 30분 걸렸어. 30분 Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. It's about time. Took you long enough? Took it long enough? 그쵸? 요것만 보면 이제 다른 또 표현들도 있고요. 어쨌든 이 표현만 놓고 봤을 때는 이런 다양한 느낌으로도 해석이 다 돼요. Okay? Oh, really? She remembers everything. I haven't been making very good use. Okay, so make use of. Make good use of. Make bad use of. 뭐 terrible 좀 더 강조돼서 표현을 많이 쓰는데요. 이것도 정말 중요한 표현들이에요. 정말 중요한 표현들이에요. 이거는 뭔가를 낭비하지 않고 활용한다라는 얘기고요. 이거는 뭔가를 잘 활용한다라는 거고요. 그렇죠? 잘 활용한다. 이거는 뭔가를 제대로 활용하지 못한다라는 얘기할 때 많이 쓰는 거고요. 아, 잘못 활용하다? 잘못 활용하는 게 아니라 잘 못 활용하는 거예요. 잠깐만. 그쵸? 한국어에서 이거 다르죠? 잘못 활용하다? 이거랑 잘 못 활용하다 다르죠? 그쵸? 다르죠? 네, 잘못 활용하는 게 아니라 이거예요. 잘 못 활용하는 거. 충분히 활용을 못하다. 그쵸? 약간 예, 그런 것도 있고. 야. 이렇게 쓰면 되겠다. 잘 활용하지 못하는 거. 이렇게 쓰면 되겠네요. 잘 활용하지 못하는 게 make bad use of or make terrible use of. 다시 말하지만 make use of something은 don't throw that away. I think we can make use of it later. 이해되세요? Don't throw that away. I think we can make use of it later. 빨라형 Unit 12? Yeah. 네, 빨라형 사야 돼요. 네. 있더라도 또 사야 돼요. 그쵸? Don't throw that away. 그거 버리지 마. I think 추측성으로 얘기하는 거죠. 뭐뭐일 것 같다. We can. 뭐뭐 할 수 있을 것 같다. I think we can. I think we can make use of it later. 나중에 활용할 수 있을 것 같아. 활용할 수 있다라는 것은 이제 버리지 않고 그걸 낭비하지 않고 그렇죠? 활용할 수 있을 것 같다. Make good use of은 그거를 이제 잘 활용하는 거죠. 심지어 그냥 활용하는 게 아니라 잘 활용하는 거예요. Okay. I'm just trying to make good use of my time. I don't know if 이거 할까요? I don't know if I'm making good use of my time. 이게 무슨 말이죠? I don't know if 정말 중요한 패턴이죠. I don't know if I'm making good use of my time. 난 내 시간을 잘 활용하고 있는지 잘 모르겠다. 그쵸? 그 얘기 딱 그 얘기죠. 내가 내 시간을 잘 활용하고 있는 건지 모르겠어. 잘 활용하다. 그쵸? I don't know if I'm making good use of my time. 아까 JC님이 뭐라고 하셨냐면 그 talent라는 얘기를 하셨는데 어디서 많이 들어본 예문이었는데 She made terrible use of her talent. 이건 무슨 얘기죠? What does this mean? She made terrible use of her talent. 무슨 말이죠? 그쵸? 능력 낭비, 재능 낭비. 재능을 썩혔다. 그쵸? 그게 근데 이것만 봐서는요. 이것만 봐도 그게 느껴진다. 능력을 활용을 안 한 게 아니에요. 보세요. 한국어에서는요. 능력을 안 쓰고 재능을 쓰지 않더라도 이렇게 얘기하죠. 재능 낭비, 능력 낭비. 그쵸? 근데 얘는 왜냐면 보세요. 이거를 부정으로 쓸 수도 있어요. 그쵸? 이거를 부정으로 쓸 수도 있어요. She didn't make use of her talent. 즉 She didn't make use of her talent. 이 문장은 어색해요. 왜 그렇죠? 왜 어색하죠? 차라리 어떻게 얘기하는 게 낫죠? 차라리 어떻게 얘기하는 게 나아요? 그쵸? waste. She wasted her talent. She wasted her talent랑 she made terrible use of her talent랑은 조금 달라요. waste는 약간 안 쓴 거? 안 써서 낭비로 돌아가는 거? made terrible use는 일단 하긴 한 거예요, 뭔가를. 했는데 그거를 정말 안 좋게 한 거죠. 그래서 뭔가를 했는데 지금 재능 낭비는 보통 재능을 이상한 데 쓰는 거 아닌가요? 그런가요? 뭐 그러면 이거랑 맞아요. 뭐 예를 들어서 이런 상황이거나 그쵸? She made terrible use of her talent. 그리고 추가적으로 예를 들어서 알면 좋은 게 아까랑 비슷하게요. 아까랑 비슷하게 make better 또는 make worse? worse는 쓸 일이 별로 없네. use of 상대적인 거. good, terrible, bad만 있는 게 아니죠. 상대적인 거잖아요. 그렇죠? So make better use of. 우리 앞으로는 시간 활용을 더 잘 해야 돼. 약간 이런 식으로 얘기를 할 때도요. most라고 할 때는 use를 안 써요. most라고 할 때는 use를 안 써요. We need to make better use of our time next time. From now on이라고 할까요? 앞으로는 We need to make better use of our time from now on. 미국인 여자 상사한테 다이어트 한다길래 wish you luck 이것도 무례한 답변. No. It's perfectly fine. We should make better. Put my insomnia to good use. Making breakfast. That's a really serious case of. Oh, you mean like making breakfast ahead of time? I'll be right back.
to greenery. Might break a heart, ain't no leaving me. Plus I got some things to see. On a different frequency. I was born in California. If it ain't the better watch out for the essays. We was skipping class, essay. Back in '02 when the Lakers and the Nets play. Name good in every hood, that's legitimate. Ain't no beef, but if it is, I'm equivalent. I had to level up, but now I'm limitless. Learn the game, turn my pain into dividends. Oh, Lord, it's about time. Get that bread, I'm about mine. I call truce, it's just fine. Still got ties on both sides. Oh, Lord, it's about time. Get that bread, I'm about mine. I call truce, it's just fine. Still got ties on both sides. Oh, Lord, it's about time. Get that bread, I'm about mine. I call truce, it's just fine. Still got ties on both sides. Oh, Lord, it's about time. Get that bread, I'm about mine. I call truce, it's just fine. Still got ties on both sides.
야식 배달 뭐 시킬까요? 헤비한 그런 거. 치킨 막창 Are we done? Oh. I think we're almost done. Oh, okay. Be very mindful. What does it mean? I was just talking with my wife. She said, I think she's getting hungry. We might get something delivered. What do you guys suggest? Chicken? Is there anything else besides chicken? We had a very early dinner. I think we ate around 5:30. How about you, JC? What'd you have? Okay, so anyway, being mindful, right? You got to be mindful is right. 신경 써야 된다. Yeah, you should not be careless. You have to think about it, be considerate. You know, don't just assume. Right? Don't just assume. Be mindful when you're choosing what to wear. 박은희님, thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. 스파게티 파스타. Chicken all the way. 과자님, I thought you were going to suggest some like Oreos or something like that. Oreos or some potato chips. No, okay, it's not always about. 항상 about라고 하진 않고 바로 명사절로 이어지기도 해요. 명사절이 아니라 그 뭐라고 하지? 복합관계 대명사라고 하나? Like be mindful what you say or what you eat, what you 뭐 이런 식으로도 많이 써요. Need something heavier? How about 2 bags of potato chips? 장어구이? Be mindful when you're choosing what to eat as a late night. 장어구이. That's a really heavy late night snack. 장어구이. My gosh. I need to make better use of my time as I'm making bread. You mean when you're making bread? When you're baking? When you're baking something? 네, 없이도 쓰고 about로 할 때도 있고. I don't know. I was just talking out of my ass. I don't know. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. 네, heavy food, yeah, heavy and light, sure, yeah. 뭐 그런 것까지 기억할 필요는 없고요, 과장님. Are you saying that? Another thing that's kind of unusual is how warm it still is. How warm it still is. 이거는 본 채널에서 해야 되겠다. Okay, so 다음 걸로 넘어갈게요. Let's see. We're getting so much rain this fall. We're getting so much rain. We're getting so much rain. 비가 엄청 많이 오고 있다. 이 we라고 하는 것은 이제 내가 있는 지역을 얘기를 하는 거예요. We're getting so much rain. Okay? 여기 비가 엄청 많이 온다. This fall. 올 가을에. 이렇게 get 비가 rain은 그렇다 치고 get라고 한다라는 거 이렇게 많이 얘기를 해요. Okay? I made it worse. 내가 더 심하게 만들었어. 더 안 좋게 만들었어. Made it worse. 이것도 그렇게 중요한 건 아니고요. 네, online, on the internet 라고 하기보다는 online이라고 하는 거를 좀 더 습관을 들일 필요가 있어요. 뭔가를 그러니까 한국어에서 그게 온라인으로라는 말을 하기보다는 인터넷으로라고 하는 경우가 더 많은 것 같아요. 그쵸? 참 그게 근데 좀 애매한 게 온라인으로라는 말도 그렇고 인터넷으로라는 말도 사실은 둘 다 영어예요. 그쵸? 둘 다 어차피 한국어가 아니에요. 근데 물론 on the internet라고 할 때도 있지만 그냥 우리가 흔히 인터넷을 활용해서 흔히 하는 것들이 있잖아요. 그냥 그런 거에 대한 언급을 할 때는 그냥 online이라고 하는 게 더 자연스러운 경우가 많아요. Okay? So I found the recipe online because this is something that a lot of people just typically do online, right? 보통 인터넷으로 많이들 하는 것 중에 하나잖아요. So, yeah. I found the recipe online. offline은요? 그럼 어디서 찾았는지 얘기하면 되죠. I found the recipe at home. I found a recipe. Somebody gave me the recipe. I found the recipe in a recipe book. I found it in a recipe book. Right? So you explain where you found it. 한국어에서 오프라인 만약에 레시피를 찾았는데 온라인으로 찾은 게 아니에요. 그럼 오프라인이라고는 안 하잖아요. We don't say 내가 이 레시피를 오프라인으로 찾았는데 no. 현타 온다요? 상황과 예시를 좀 주시겠어요? 어떤 상황인데요? 이게 이 표현의 어원과 저 어원에 대한 얘기를 친구한테 얘기를 들었고요. 그거랑 실제로 요즘 사람들이 사용하는 데는 약간 차이가 있더라고요. So I think it depends. You know what I mean? 저는 그래서 사실 이게 좀 헷갈려요. 사람들이 이게 그쵸? 네. 그래서 it depends. 어떤 의미로 쓰느냐에 따라 다른 것 같아요. 사람마다 또 생각하는 게 조금씩 다른 것도 있는 것 같아요. 구직하려고 가끔 현타가 온다? 그게 뭐지? 혹시 지금 현실 직시? 이거면 이제 reality check이죠. reality check. 이거는 reality check이죠. 원래 현타가 온다라는 어원으로 이걸 해석하면은 됐다. 굳이 그냥 안 할래. 약간 이런 의미 아닌가요? 원래 어원을 따지자면. 근데 실제로 요즘 사람들 그냥 이걸 쓰는 그걸로 보면은 또 다르죠. I think it's a reality check. I think it's a reality check. reality check. 네, 맞아요. it doesn't really matter. 어원이 뭐든 무슨 상관이겠어요. 요즘 그냥 사람들이 쓰는 의미가 더 중요한 거겠죠. Regardless of what it really means, right? So reality check. Reality check. Reality check, reality check, reality check. 실제 조건들 때문에 스트레스 받는 거요? My friend라고 하면 친구가 많이 없는 것 같다. 지금 a friend? 네. 그래서 사실 별 상관은 없거든요. 근데 굳이 그러니까 그 얘기가 아마 왜 나왔을 거냐면 my friend라는 말이 있는데 왜 이 말을 두고 왜 굳이 a friend 내지는 a friend of mine 이 말을 왜 쓰느냐 라고 이제 질문을 한다면 굳이 그 차이를 설명을 해야 되겠죠. 그렇죠? 이제 굳이 이렇게 나란히 놓고 비교를 굳이 하자면 그런 차이가 있다라는 거예요. 사실 my friend라고 해도 상관은 없어요. 오케이? 상관은 없는데 이 멀쩡한 표현이 있는데 왜 원어민들은 그러면 a friend of mine이라는 말을 왜 써? 라고 하면 이제 그런 내막이 또 있어요. 그러니까 그 반대로 놓고 보면은요. My mom, my dad라고 하죠. A mom, a dad라고 안 해요. 잠깐만. 한 명 맞잖아. 엄마 한 명이잖아. 그럼 어가 맞지 않아? 근데 한 명밖에 없잖아요. 그 어는 약간 랜덤, 약간 무작위성에 있잖아요. 아까 a book 얘기할 때처럼 a book, 어느 한 책, 그렇죠? 근데 엄마는 어느 한 엄마가 아니라 우리 엄마인 거죠. 그래서 my mom, my dad, right? 근데 친구는 하나밖에 없는 게 아니라 여러 중에 어느 한 친구인 거잖아요. 그래서 a friend라고 하는 거예요. A friend of mine. husband. 우리 엄마인데요. 실제로 친구가 없으면은 이제 그 말을 쓸 일이 없는 거죠. My friend라고 뭐 할 일이 없겠죠. So 더 좋은 거죠. Because you don't have to worry about it at all. 그럼 전혀 뭘로 쓸지를 걱정할 필요가 없겠죠. Because you don't have to say, you don't have to talk about your friend, right? Okay. 그 다음에 in a lot of cases가 한국어로 뭐죠? What is it in Korean? In a lot of cases. In a lot of cases. 자, in a lot of cases가 물론 이제 요것만 놓고 봤을 때는 그죠? 많은 경우에 이런 뜻인데 이게 실제로 쓰인 전체 문장에서 보면은요. 실제로 이게 이제 지금 콤마로 찍혀 있잖아요. 무슨 이제 얘기를 하잖아요. 그렇죠? In a lot of cases that's not true. 라는 얘기를 했다고 해 볼게요. In a lot of cases that's not true. 이거를 자연스럽게 해석하면은 어떻게 되죠? 그것보다는 제가 지금 다 맞아요. 다 맞게 얘기를 하시는 건데 제가 지금 해석하는 방식에 대해서 좀 얘기를 하려는 거거든요. 그게 사실이 아닌 경우가 많아. 또는 아닐 때가 많아. 이런 식으로 본 문장에 섞어서 해석을 하는 게 더 자연스럽게 저는 느껴지거든요. 뭐 여러분은 어떤지 모르겠지만, 오케이? 물론 따로따로 할 수 있어요. 근데 자연스럽게 해석한다고 하면은 약간 본 문장에 아예 섞어버리는 게 이게 그래서 잘 안 배워지는 표현 중에 하나이기도 한 것 같아요. 왜냐면 한국어로 우리가 자연스럽게 얘기를 했을 때 이 표현이 필요한 경우가 그 방식이 좀 접근하는 방식이 달라서 어쨌든 In a lot of cases that's not true. 그게 사실이 아닌 경우가 많다. 오케이? 그리고 아까 어느 분이 a lot of보다 many가 더 in many cases 해도 돼요. 별 상관없어요. Yeah, it's not a problem. In many 근데 크리스 파크님 입에서 안 튀어나온다라는 것은 그것의 유일한 이유는 많이 안 써봐서예요. 많이 안 써봐서 그게 입으로 안 튀어나오는 건데 그렇다고 해서 그거가 뭐 그게 문제인 건 아니에요. That's not a problem. It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's normal. 아주 정상적인 거예요. 왜냐면 많이 안 써봤으니까. 근데 절대로 그게 그래서 그거를 안 쓰고 내가 편한 것만 써야지라는 결론으로만 이어지지만 않으면 돼요. Okay? You see what I'm saying? 이게. 자, 이건 무슨 말이죠? You know how I said that a bunch of? No, it's okay. 상관없어요. 괜찮아요. 야, 그게 무슨 내가 뭐 formal한 writing이나 뭐 그런 데서만 그렇게 쓰지 않으면 돼요. 네? 내가 말한 거 있잖아. 어떻게 말한 건지. no, 그거 아니에요. 주변이. 오케이. 약간 이런 느낌이에요. 왜 내가 뭐라고 했었잖아. 약간 이런 느낌이에요. 왜 내가 뭐라고 했었잖아. 그쵸? 이 왜는 실제로 왜가 아니죠. 사실 이 왜가 무슨 왜인지 모르겠어요. 근데 이런 식으로 말할 때 있죠. 야, 왜 내가 뭐라고 했잖아. 딱 그 느낌이. You know how I said that? 그 추임새? 참 희한한 추임새예요. 그러고 보면. 그쵸? 그쵸? Y가 아니라. Anyway. 그런 느낌이라는 거예요. Okay. 그쵸? 왜 그거 있잖아. 이런 느낌 하면서 내가 한 말로 그걸 연결할 때. 왜 내가 아까 이런 얘기 했었잖아. You know how I said that? 그쵸? You know how I said my boyfriend was not tall? Yeah. You know how I told you my boyfriend was short? Yeah. Well, 저 방금 왜 검색했는데 어떤 사실에 대하여 확인을 요구할 때 쓰는 말, 감탄사로도 쓰인대요. 어떤 사실에 대하여 확인? 뭐 맞네요. 그죠? 저희가 해석 쓴 방식이 그럼 맞는 거네요. 그죠? 요 설명에 의하면 어떤 사실, 그죠? 그죠? 라고 했잖아. Yeah, it's exactly right. You remember how I told you that we might want to move away from the city? Yeah. 그때 썼었나요? Yeah, I remember that dialogue. 우리 한국의 원어민 맞다. Yeah, that's right. 표준어였어. 와, 이게 표준어라니. 와우. Okay, so what's next? Did you make that up? 이게 무슨 말이죠? Did you make that up? Did you make that up? 헉! 잠깐만. 알렉스 창님이 지금 뭔가를 매칭을 시키셨는데 이게 맞나? 그러면 그렇다면 where가 you know인 거냐고요? 그러네. 그러네. 맞네. 그죠? where가 you know네요. 써라님이 아까 한 얘기였어요, 그게? where가 you know라고요? 오케이. 그죠? 그거 지어낸 거야? 그거 네가 지어낸 거야? 지어낸 거야? Did you come up with that recipe? 그 레시피 네가 만든 거야? 만들어낸 거냐? 약간 이런 느낌이죠. 그 레시피 네가 만들어낸 거야? Or is that a common recipe? 그거 흔히 쓰는 레시피냐? 그죠? 흔히 알고 사용되는 약간 그냥 is that a common recipe? 그리고 제가 이런 질문을 했었는데요. Is there a part of you that? 이 표현을 저희가 예전에 예전인가? 이거를 질문으로는 저희가 연습한 적이 없는 것 같아요. 그쵸? 빨간 책에 그쵸. 빨간 책에 있어요. Alright. 이거 해석하면 어떻게 되죠? 네, JC님이 질문으로는 처음이래요. 그쵸? 이러이러한 마음도 있어? 이 질문이죠. 그냥 머물고 싶은 마음도 있어? 한편으로 어떤 마음도 있냐? 그런 질문을 할 때 모르겠어요. 이런 질문 많이 한국어로 많이 하는지는 모르겠는데 영어에서는 아주 자연스러운 질문이거든요. 아까 무슨 얘기를 했었냐면 그 부다페스트에서 이제 한국으로 곧 돌아올 계획이다라고 하셨을 때 I wanted to ask, is there a part of you that wants to stay? 아니요. 생각 있니가 아니에요. 의향, 계획을 묻는 게 아니라 그러고 싶은 마음에 대한 얘기예요. wants to니까. 그렇죠? wants to니까 right? 자, 이거는 해석 어떻게 하죠? One thing that I do remember is that do의 강세를 약간 주면서요. One thing that I do remember. 이런 질문을 언제 하려나? 짬뽕 탕수육 먹고 싶은 마음도 있어? 상대방이 짜장면을 골랐을 때 난 짜장면. 그래? 너 짬뽕 탕수육도 먹고 싶은 마음 있어? 기억이 나는 한 가지는 뭐 이런 식인 거죠. 지금 이렇게 do를 강조해서 얘기를 하는 경우는 보통은 앞서 무엇에 대한 기억이 완전하지 않다. 뭐 이런 얘기를 하다가 그쵸? 글쎄 그건 잘 모르겠고 뭐 그건 잘 기억이 안 나지만 한 가지 기억이 나는 것은 그렇게 하는 게 좋겠다. 한 가지 기억이 나는 것은 Okay? One thing that I do remember is that 저 that는 뭐 생략해도 상관없고요. One thing that I do remember. 안경을 썼다라는 거야. Is that the man wore glasses? 그쵸? 예를 들어서요. 그쵸? Man wore glasses. 은 그 남자가 안경을 썼다는 거야. 예를 들어서요. 자, remember가 아니라 내가 다른 건 몰라도 내가 한 가지 알고 있는 것은 이렇게 할 수도 있겠죠. 얼마든지. 그렇죠? One thing that I do know is 자, 이렇게까지 한다면 그래? 하면서 여기를 조금 변형시킬 생각도 할 수 있으면 좋아요. 내가 다른 건 못해도 이거 하나는 할게. 약간 이런 느낌으로도 말을 할 수 있겠죠. 그쵸? 뭔가 비슷하죠. 그쵸? 한 가지 기억이 나는 것은 내가 다 제대로 기억이 나는 건 아닌데 한 가지 기억이 나는 것은 내가 다른 건 못해도 이거 하나는 할게. 이런 느낌으로도 그쵸? One thing that I can do is, one thing that I will do is 이게 좀 더 맞을 것 같아요. One thing that I'll do is 그쵸? One thing that I will do is 뭐 예를 들자면요. 이런 식으로도 얼마든지 이제 이런 식으로도 쓴다라는 거예요. Okay? 이것도 진짜 많이 쓰는 패턴이에요. 회화를 하다 보면 이것도 진짜 많이 쓰는 말. 이게 뭐죠? Think of it like one thing I can say for sure is 그쵸? 이것도 진짜 많이 쓰는 거죠. 이게 무슨 말이죠? One thing I can say for sure is 이거는 한 가지 확실히 얘기할 수 있는 것은 그렇죠? 이거죠. 뭐 그 응용의 여지는 정말 많아요. 그렇죠? 그리고요. 이걸 이어서 얘기를 할 때요. 가장 일반적인 방법은요. 이 I will do 있죠. 이거를 다시 반복하는 거예요. I will 이렇게요. 이것도 마찬가지예요. 이거는 that 절로 가는 게 좋겠다. that 절로 가고요. 이것도 that 절로 가고요. 이건 왜 that 절이 아니지? One thing that I will do is that 이건 that 절로 안 돼. 왜 그래? 몰라. 왜 그런지 몰라. 왜 그렇지? 얘는 that 절 되거든요. 얘도 that 절 되거든요. 얘는 왜 안 되지? I don't know. 몰라요. I don't know. Okay. Think of it like 그렇죠. 이렇게 생각해 봐. 이런 거죠. 이렇게 생각해 봐. 그렇죠? 이건 해석이 어떻게 될까요? 이거는 해석이 따로 안 돼요. 그냥 뭐뭐가 뭐뭐이 그냥 이거예요. 뭐뭐가 말이야? 이건가? 이 정도인가요? 아니요. is that 절이에요. that 절. 예를 들어 볼게요. 아까 내가 이걸로 무슨 얘기를 했었지? 아니요. 그거랑 똑같은 거예요. 똑같은 건데 거기에 about 무엇이 들어간 거예요. 그러니까 지금 무엇에 대한 얘기인지를 여기에 주체로 이제 넣어주는 거죠. 그 내용을. Okay? So, the thing about 무슨 얘기 하고 있었더라? 네, 그거랑 같은 거예요. 크리스 파크님. The thing is랑 같은 건데 이 about 뭐뭐가 그냥 들어감으로써 지금 내가 무엇에 대한 흥미로운 점을 한 가지 얘기를 하는 건지를 그냥 포함시키는 것 뿐이에요. Think about going to your senses. 좀 쉬운 게 필요할 것 같은데. 무슨 얘기하고 있었더라? 잠깐 이거 보면은 pronunciation 이거구나. pronunciation is that pronunciation o가 하나 없어야지. pronunciation is that 뭐였지? The thing about pronunciation is that 뭐가 흥미롭지? 발음이 뭐가 흥미롭죠? You shouldn't. I'm just gonna make something up, okay? You shouldn't try to perfect every sound. 예를 들어서, okay? The thing about pronunciation is that you shouldn't try to perfect every sound. 발음이라는 게 모든 소리를 다 완벽하게 만들 필요가 없다라는 거다. 뭐 이런 비슷한 얘기를 하지 않았었을까요? 아닌가? 이런 얘기 아니었던 것 같다. Well, anyway, it's just an example, right? Okay. 뭐 그런 얘기도 되고요. Yeah. 이것도 너무 중요하고요. 이거는 그냥 통째로 외워버리는 거예요. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of that. 무슨 말이죠? I don't think I've ever heard of that. 그쵸? 그건 못 들어본 것 같은데? 이 말이죠. 이거는 그냥 이 통째로 그 소리를 그냥 외우는 거예요. 그 소리와 의미를. I don't think I've ever heard of that. 이걸 그냥 소리로 익혀야 돼요. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think 이게 말이라는 게요. 생각해 보면은 물론 항상 그런 건 아닌데 말이라는 게 결국에는 세 가지 요소로 이루어지는 것 같아요. 우리가 실제로 얘기를 할 때는 내가 하고 싶은 말, 상황, 그리고 내가 하고 싶은 말, 그리고 내가 하고 싶은 말과 이어져 있는 소리. 결국은 우리가 소리를 기억해서 그 소리를 우리가 감각적으로 기억하고 있어서 그걸 감각적으로 소리를 그냥 내는 거예요. 그렇지 않나요? 문장을 머릿속에 떠올린다거나 막 단어를 찾는다거나가 아니라 그냥 그 소리를 감각적으로 익히고 있는 것 같아요. 결국에는. Okay? Anyway, so I don't think I've ever heard of that. Here's your chance to 자, 뭐뭐 할 기회가 왔다. 왔도다? 무슨 어떻게 할 기회가 왔도다? 마치 자전거 타기에 익숙해지는 건가요? 그렇죠? Exactly. 정확히 그거랑 똑같은 거죠. Yes. Here's your chance to. Here's my chance to. 어떤 기회가 나한테 왔을 때 그거를 내가 인지를 해서 자, 내가 어떻게 뭘 할 기회가 왔다. 그죠? Here's my chance to. 뭐 뒤에 내용은 좀 어려우니까 넘어가고 방금 낮잠 자고 일어났다. 방금 낮잠 자고 여러분 잠시 한 발 물러서서 생각해 봐야 돼요. 좀 괴롭겠지만 한 발 물러서서 한번 딱 좀 생각해 스스로 물어보는 게 아니라 스스로 한번 좀 인지를 해봐야 될 게 영어를 몇 년을 배웠는데 배웠는데 낮잠 자고 방금 일어났다라는 말도 아직 못한다고? 영어를 몇 년을 배웠는데 아직 이 말을 영어로 못한다면 그동안 뭔가 굉장히 잘못된 방식으로 하고 있었어요. 그쵸? 당연히 그렇지 않을까요? from이라고 해도 되고요. 그쵸? from이라고 해도 되고요. 근데 어쨌든 무슨 얘기인지 아시겠죠? 아니 진짜 한 발 물러서 생각해 보세요. 영어를 배운 게 대략적으로 그러니까 영어를 공부한 게 대략적으로 몇 년이에요? 대부분의 사람들 꽤 오래됐을걸요? 고등학교 때부터 생각하면 그렇죠? 근데 낮잠 자고 방금 일어났어? 내가 몇 년을 공부를 막 수능까지 보고 했는데 이 말조차도 못한다면 분명히 뭔가를 굉장히 잘못된 방식으로 해왔던 거예요. 그렇죠? There's no doubt about that, right? You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. 그래서 제가 하고 싶은 얘기가 뭐냐면 뭔가 그동안 방법을 안 바꿔왔다면 It's about time you start considering changing your method. Okay? It's about time. It's about time. Okay, 무엇이 seems more appropriate, don't you think? 이게 무슨 말이죠? Something seems more appropriate, don't you think? 끝까지 버티다. 영어로 뭐죠? 지금 김성수님이 말씀하신 맨 마지막에 I'll go and가 왠지 이걸 말씀하신 것 같은데 지금 이 context 맥락을 고려해서 끝까지 버티겠다. Stick around? 가장 straightforward한 거. 가장 straightforward한 거. Stay till the end. Stay until the end. 가장 straightforward한 거. Stay until the end. 왜냐면 지금 맥락이 뭐예요? 지금 상황이 뭐예요? 이 버티다도 무슨 상황이냐, 상황과 맥락에 따라서 버티는 게 달라질 수 있어요. 그렇죠? 어떤 얼마 남지 않은 걸로 버틴다가 될 수도 있고, 그렇죠? 뭔가를 어떤 결정을 안 내리고 버틴다가 될 수도 있고, 근데 지금은 뭐예요? 이 스트림에 머물러 있겠다는 얘기잖아요. 그래서 stay until the end. Okay? 물론 이것도 뭐 굳이 한다면 다르게 할 수도 있지만 appropriate appro 한 다음에 뒤에 나오는 프리엣 있죠? 뒤에 나오는 p 있죠? 그거는 쌍비읍으로요. 뒤에 나오는 p는 쌍비읍으로 appropriate. 여기서는 p, 여기서는 쌍비읍. appropriate. Seems more appropriate, don't you think? 뭐뭐뭐가 더 적절한 것 같은데 안 그래? 약간 이런 느낌이죠. 야, 뭐뭐가 더 적절한 것 같은데 안 그래? 아니면 조금 더 말을 쉽게 하면은 뭐뭐가 더 맞는 것 같은데 안 그래? 뭐뭐가 더 맞는 것 같은데 또는 맞을 것 같은데 안 그래? something 여기에 이제 주어가 들어가는 거죠. 그렇죠? 주어가 뭐뭐가 seems more appropriate, don't you think? 한다고 생각해 보면 참 부끄러운데 what? IK님, I don't get it. What? What does that mean? I still don't get it. Anyway. 뭐 이건 너무 기본적인, 그쵸? 부다페스트에 얼마나 오래 있었냐? 어디에 얼마나 오래 있었냐? 이 질문을 못 한다면 요게 How long have you been in 요거 있죠. 여기서부터 여기까지. How에서부터 in까지. 이게 0.1초 만에 생각이 안 난다면 아직 영어를 배우기 이전 상태예요. 아직 영어를 배우기 시작하지 않았어요. 괜찮아요, 그래도. 오케이? 지금부터 배우면 되니까. So, how long have you been in? How long have you been in Korea? How long have you been in the US? How long have you been in Budapest? How long have you been? Okay? 또박또박 천천히 말하는 거 부끄럽다고요? 적절한? 응? 별로 안 부끄러운데? That means you're in a good place. Oh, appropriate? Really? Appropriate? I feel okay. I don't know. It doesn't feel awkward. Appropriate. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't bother me. kind of spaghetti? What are you cooking? When are you leaving? Where have you been? Okay. Okay, that's it. That is it, you guys. That is it. 복사해 놓을게요. 오늘은 컴퓨터가 한 번도 크래쉬 하지 않았어요. 방금 되게 교포 같았다. 크래쉬 하다가 한국어로 뭐지? I sounded so much like I'm sorry. How do you say 튕겨? 뻥나다. 없나? 뭔가 좀 아니 붕괴되다까지 튕기다? 뻥나다? 좀 정상적인 말 없어요? 조졌다. 아니 진짜로 crash. My system crashed. My computer crashed. 부딪히다? 충돌? 문제가 생긴다. 맛이가 튕기다? crash는 glitch랑 다를까요? glitch는 그쵸. glitch는 조금 다른 게 약간의 그 약간 오작동 정도의 수준이고 crash는 아예 어떤 그쵸? 시스템 내에 어떤 충돌이 일어나서 아예 시스템이 멈춰버리는 거예요. That's what a crash is. 시스템의 충돌? 좀 you know, it doesn't feel quite like crash. I mean, literally it's crash, sure, right? It's literally crash, but it doesn't feel like I'm saying my system crashed, you know? 얼다? 얼었다? 한 번도 얼지 않았다? 응? I don't know. Okay. Okay, save. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, spending time with me. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend as well. Have a great time with your friends, your family, whoever you're hanging out with. And I will see you all hopefully soon in another stream or in another video. Have a great rest of your evening. Good night. Take care, everybody.